because this check-in process was very stressful today. This check-in process was very stressful today. Yes, Officer Crafts?
Yes, Your Honor. You have Curtis McClain. He's here in person. He was the one on the phone. He's extremely out of dress code. He got a ride down here from Team Wellness.
Team Wellness don't know how to dress the people for court. Okay, when you say extremely out, can you? I'm gonna call the courtroom. I'll call the courtroom. Can you just tell me what that means? Hold on. Mute the courtroom. Okay, Ms. Stevenson, do you have a number for Mr. McClain? And we're gonna have to talk to Team Wellness.
I have the number that he called from this morning. I can try that one.
I don't think so. That might have been Team Wellness. Can you ask Mr. McClain, does he have a phone with him?
Yes, he does, Your Honor.
Okay, is that the phone he called Ms. Stevenson from this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so he could actually sit in the hallway. She's gonna call him.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Now, this is my situation with Mr. Roberson.
Okay.
I mean, not Mr. Roberson, I'm sorry. With Mr. McClain.
Okay.
Why is he logging in on Zoom? I said go in the hall and you were gonna call him. I'm not gonna keep bringing him in. Is Mr. Roberson is Mr. McClain still in the hallway?
Judge, Mr. Officer Craft has stepped out, so I'm not sure. You want me to check in? Here we go. Hold on.
Is Mr. McClain still in the hallway?
He's not in the hallway no more.
Why? Why is he not in the hallway?
He said his ride was coming, Your Honor, and he was not gonna miss it.
A mess. A mess. A mess. A mess. Okay, well, since he got in his ride, I'm gonna remove him from the courtroom.
Ms. Meyer got kicked out of Zoom and looks like the meeting is locked.
The meeting is not locked. The meeting is not locked.
Okay, she must be at the wrong place.
Guess we're gonna keep doing this with Mr. McClain until he find out this warrant is getting ready to go out for his arrest.
I'll just call him right now.
Well, no, he keep on coming back. I want to talk to the person who's driving that vehicle. And then he's gonna keep coming back and he can't hear us. And then this is what I gotta put up with. This is what I have to put up with. Call Mr. McClain and see if he answers the phone. I'm going to remove him again so his phone can be free. He's not even looking at the screen half the time. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so he's trying to answer.
Okay, tell him hello.
Hello?
Mr. McLean, this is Attorney Stevenson. Are you able to hear me, sir?
Yes, I sure can.
Okay,
Okay.
ask Mr. McLean who's driving that vehicle that he's in.
Yes, I sure can.
Mr. McLean, Mr. McLean,
Yes, ma'am.
the court wants to know who's driving the vehicle you're riding in, sir.
Mr. Rich from Team Wellness.
All right, ask Mr. Rich from Team Wellness, why on God's green earth did he pick Mr. McLean up from court before Mr. McLean's court hearing?
Mr. Rich,
Mr. Rich. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
good morning, Mr. Rich. This is Attorney Janice Stevenson. You're a driver with Team Wellness?
Yes.
Sir, did you know that Mr. McLean had court this morning?
Yes. He was there.
Right, the court wants to know why you picked Mr. McLean up from the courthouse when he still had court.
There's not an answer.
The judge wants to know why you picked Mr. McLean up from court prior to his seeing the judge.
He called me. He told me he had it on Zoom. So I came back. Well, was coming to get him. Then he called me and said they called him in the court. So I didn't come.
Mr. Rich is indicating that he got a call from Mr. McLean that said he would be going to court on Zoom, which is why he picked him up.
And so now he's going to go to court in a moving vehicle.
So Mr. Rich, Mr. McLean cannot appear in front of the judge from a moving vehicle.
Okay.
Are you able to stop the vehicle?
Yes, it's stopped right now.
Okay, all right.
And then is he going to connect to Zoom? Because I'm going to have some words from Mr. McLean. Is he going to be able to connect to Zoom? Because now he can't even connect to the Zoom. This was ignorant.
So Mr. McLean, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so you have to be able to connect with your video and your audio.
Okay, how do I do that? I'm going
Exactly.
to-
That's why he should have stayed in court. Tell him that's exactly why he should have stayed in court.
Put in my ID number in.
Mr. McLean, hold on one second, sir. I cannot instruct you as to how to make your device connect you to Zoom. So you really, if you don't know how to come to court on Zoom, you have to come to court in person. Yes, sir. Are you able to return to the 36th District Court?
I got shorts on and a short sleeve shirt.
Just one second. He was improperly attired. That was the problem.
No,
Part
that
of it.
wasn't the problem because I specifically indicated that I was going to let him come to court because he came from Team Wellness.
So the judge would, because of the fact that you're over at Team Wellness, Mr. McLean, the judge will let you come to court. She'll make an exception to her dress code policy because
Ask
you're at
Mr.
Team
McLean,
Wellness.
why did he call for his ride?
So I gotta show back up.
And the judge wants to know why you called for your ride to pick you up rather than waiting in the hallway.
At the counter that I had to Zoom, and then I was on Zoom, and then I went back in because it was taking forever.
Okay, so Mr. McLean, hold on a second. So when Officer Crafts directs you to wait in the hallway, you kind of have to wait in the hallway, all right? Okay, all right.
So I gotta go back.
Should he return now, Your Honor?
I mean, we're going to be finished in a little while. I
How
don't
long
know.
how long will it take you guys to get back to the courthouse?
3 minutes, 2 minutes. Right down 3 minutes.
3 minutes to return to the courthouse, Your Honor.
You said 30?
Three.
Okay. Can he come back to the court, please, and come up the stairs and wait like we told him to wait?
So Mr. McLean, you need to, thank you, Mr. Rich. Mr. McLean, you do need to return to the 36th District Court, go back to courtroom 339 and follow the officer's instructions, okay? Wait where Mr. Crafts tells you to wait patiently, sir, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Rich.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay,
Yeah, okay, blessed assurance. And then we could bring Ms. Moshrick out because she's finished.
okay.
Ms. Wilson, we can't even see you, ma'am. What's going on? Yeah, Zoom court has lost its appeal. Zoom court has lost its appeal. We're going to be coming back in person. This is case number. I can't even see. Who is this?
This is to be Danielle Wilson, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Yes, this is case number 234469501. The people of the state of Michigan versus Danielle Wilson. The defendant is charged with one count of assault or assault and battery. And today is the day set for a pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people.
Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Ms. Danielle Wilson. Ms. Wilson, ma'am, please unmute and please tell the judge your full name.
Danielle Jennifer Wilson.
Today is a day set for pretrial conference. How are we proceeding?
On behalf of Ms. Wilson, Your Honor, we would move for dismissal for the complainant's failure to appear.
Ms. Ritter.
Judge, it's the first scheduling of the pretrial conference. I'm going to ask the court to adjourn the pretrial conference to give the complaining witness one more opportunity to appear. And Your Honor, for the court's information, the second defendant was scheduled for August 17th for an adjourned pretrial conference.
Who was the co-defendant on Wilson?
Ms. Haley,
Oh, okay.
under 830.
So did Ms. Stevenson, did you all represent Ms. Haley?
I have, my note indicates that Ms. Haley should be here as well. Just one second, Judge.
Both here. I already did Ms. Haley. Ma'am, put your.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You just don't
Okay.
text and stuff while we in court.
Hmm. Okay, thank you for that information, Your Honor. In that, and Ms. Haley was defendant number 2. Our normal practice is to request that the court appoint counsel for for subsequent defendants. So we usually take defendant number 1, Your Honor. So I will leave that to the court's discretion as to which of these defendants we should represent.
I was waiting to see, I was just waiting. I was wondering if Ms. Wilson was going to unmute herself and apologize to the court.
I'm sorry, I just picked my phone up. I have an interview to be at. I'm not going to be able to make it, so.
And apparently you blaming that on me.
No, ma'am.
Well, your attitude sucks. You talking to me random. You talking to me like I'm on the street. You talking to me like I ran into you in the neighborhood. You talking to me like I'm not Judge Lenise Bryant. So the fact that you scheduled an interview on the same day that you had court, that sounds like a poor choice and a bad decision. That sounds like a poor choice and a bad decision.
I did not
But
schedule
what
my.
you're not going to do is come into my courtroom and be disrespectful that apology was, I guess I shouldn't have even mentioned it because it certainly wasn't sincere. So let me just help you with something. You can continue to come to my courtroom with a bad attitude, and it's only going to work out poorly for you. It's not going to work out poorly for me. It's only going to work out poorly for you. So when one has court, then you have to understand that court could take, I'm not even going to continue because she is really on her way to contempt. She is really on her way to contempt. So let's go ahead and let her come in person. Okay. We're going to come in person. So the court is going to adjourn Ms. Wilson's pretrial conference to next week. She's going to come in person. I'm going to set the matter for 8:34. She's going to come in person on let's see, today, oh, that's today. So we're going to come in person on Monday, July the 24th. And we're going to come at 8:34.
Your Honor.
24. At 8:34. Failure to appear is going to result in the bond being revoked, court issuing a capias, and the court is going to set the bond in the amount of $5,000 cash surety plus a GPS tether. Is there anything else for the record?
My mother has an appointment on Monday. She just had knee surgery and I have to drive her at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, well, I mean, we all have to make choices. Is there anything else for the record? Because we wouldn't be dealing with your mother's surgery if you was respectful today. So if you didn't come on my court today with your stanky attitude, if you didn't come on my court today with your disrespectful disposition, if you didn't come on my court today with your rude behavior, then it wouldn't even be an issue about your mother's surgery. Wouldn't even be an issue about your mother's surgery. So you're rude and disrespectful, Miss Wilson. You're rude and disrespectful. And the fact that you're talking right now shows me how rude and disrespectful you are. You have no contriteness about yourself. You have no humility about yourself. You're simply rude and disrespectful to the court. But there's never going to be a day that I allow you to come to my job and be rude and disrespectful to me without consequence. You're rude. You're disrespectful. I didn't charge you with the crime. I didn't set your court date for today. I showed up for work. And when I got up this morning to show up for work, I didn't say, let me put on a robe so Miss Wilson can be rude and disrespectful. Ms. Stevenson, I'm going to send Ms. Wilson back to the breakout room because if she say one more thing to me in her tone, she going to jail. So I'm gonna let her tell you about her mother, because if she says one more thing to me in that tone, she's going to jail.
Okay.
There is an appropriate and respectful way to ask the court. If you turn your head from me one more time, I'm going to hold you in contempt. I promise you. I make a promise to you. We're going to take a recess. No, Miss Modrick, come on camera. I won't recess before I let you get discharged. Come on camera.
Okay, and Ricky Renando Strozier.
Ready to enter a guilty plea for that case, Your Honor.
All right, so may I have Mr. Sanchez Medina first?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. So Mr. Carlos Eduardo Sanchez Medina, you're before the court for a petition for revocation of probation. You were before this court for pointing for a pistol or a gun pointing at another on the 16th day of May 2023. You were sentenced to 12 months to serve 9 months on probation after the service of 90 days in jail. You have 6 months and 27 days remaining. It is alleged that you violated the law by being arrested for the new criminal offense of criminal damage in the second degree on July 4th, 2023. You failed to have a alcohol and drug evaluation as directed, and you failed to pay your currently $150 in arrears, which is your total obligation. All right, Ms. Hahn, what's going on with Mr. Sanchez Medina? You're
sorry, Your Honor, I apologize. We didn't talk in depth about the new case. However, he did indicate to me that that it is not the same victim, just because I was a little bit worried about that. So he did assure me that it is not the same victim. He does maintain his innocence in the new violation. As far as the other violations, he just indicated to me that he just hasn't been able to do them yet. But
all right. So Ms. Chang, what is your recommendation with respect to the violations? I did note that he's admitted to technicals only.
Your Honor, revoke 60 days and suspend the balance, close the case.
Okay. All right, Mr. Sanchez Medina, I'm gonna need you to stop doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing.
I will.
I'm just saying, some of this stuff is easy. You just don't have to do it. So you got to think before you do all this stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it an anger problem or an alcohol problem?
Nah, I'm pretty good. It's just I don't know. I guess I've been stressing a little bit.
Okay, well, I get that. Everybody's got something that they're stressing about. All I say is just remember, if you're stressing, other people are stressing too. Everybody's got their own stuff, you know? So you can't take your stuff out on somebody else because everybody else is stressing. Find something else to do. Go for a walk, go for a run. Find something, go fishing, something to where you can work your stress out and not it burden somebody else, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'll keep that in mind.
Please. All right. So, to follow the recommendation of the probation office, and I will revoke 60 days. Balance will be suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. So that's what we will do.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Have a good day.
You too, sir.
Were you done with Mr. Medina, Your Honor?
Yes. And after him, Mr. Strozier, please. You give up the right to confront witnesses subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, ma'am. Starting with case ending 4605. Factual basis is that on November 17th of 2020, Officer Elliott was working a road safety check, supervised by Sergeant Flores. During the check, a white Dodge Dart had approached on the roadway of Garden Walk Boulevard and Garden Spring Drive in Clinton County. When Officer Elliott asked the driver for her license, the driver stated that she did not have a license, just an ID card. And upon checking the ID that was given, Officer Elliott identified the driver as Jaquavia Johnson, the defendant before you. And she was later taken to jail due to having a warrant out of DeKalb County. The recommendation is a $1,000 fine. And on case 02225, the factual basis is that on December 3rd of 2020, Clayton County officers were conducting a joint road safety check, again at the intersection of Garden Walk Boulevard and Garden Ridge in Clayton County. And when the vehicle approached, it was a white Dodge Dart. And when Officer Valentine asked for the driver's identification, he said that she does not have a license. And she gave her name to the officer. The name is Jaquavia Johnson, and he ran her through DCIC, saw that she was unlicensed, and she was then taken to jail at the Clayton County Detention Center. And the recommendation for this case is a $500 fine.
All right, Ms. Ahan.
Your Honor, I didn't share that same recommendation with my client.
I didn't think so, because she's in jail for driving on a for no license. I would have thought the jail time would have, because I can't imagine that she's going around with no license, but she can afford a $1,500 fine.
There is a different recommendation here. I apologize for that, Your Honor. For case ending 4605, the recommendation is 12 months, 5 days to serve with the balance suspended and no new violations of the law. And on 02225, the recommendation is 12 months, 10 days to serve with credit for time served and the balance suspended on no new violations shown concurrent with the other case.
That is the recommendation I have, Ms. Williams.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, so now let's talk, Ms. Johnson. Ms. Johnson, why are you driving twice with no license? Why do you know it is cheaper to get a license than it is to come to jail and to drive around knowing you don't have a license? How old are you, ma'am?
I'm 27 now.
Okay, so let's talk about good choices. Okay, think about this. What sense does it make to drive around in a flashy car? Because a Dodge Dart, the new Dodge Dart, the one I learned on was a 69 Dodge Dart that I had that had a transistor radio in it. And I love that car. But anyway, but the new Dodge Darts are flashy cars. So you're going to get attention. Why would you drive around with no license when all you would have to do is go to the driver's license bureau, stand in line, play on your phone for about 20 or 30 minutes until they call you up, take an ugly picture, and get your license for about $40. Why in the world would you risk having 2 no license charges that could end up costing you almost $3,000 by the time you pay everything? What sense does that make? You're 27 years old. It's time to make some sense, some decisions that make sense.
Yeah, I was just helping my grandmother at the time, so.
No, I'm not talking about what you were doing. I'm talking about the fact that you're 27 years old with no license, but you're still out here driving.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no
What's
idea.
keeping you from getting a license?
I mean, I supposed to went and been got my L's, but I guess I just didn't have the time or
I'm
however.
sorry, you didn't have what? But you had the time to give me 10 days in jail, but you didn't have the time to go stand in line at the driver's license place for 40 minutes and get your take your little test and get your license. Ma'am, do you have children?
3.
So you spent all this time away from your children on some foolishness. Oh, I want to cuss so bad. Cause cause I just don't really feel like you hearing me talking plain. I really feel like I need to take you aside and like tell you, this is the dumbest I have ever heard. You have spent jail time away from your kids and you giggling like a license is about $40. You risk it, and you know what? If you get a third or one of these, the fine is $1,500. That's the base fine. The full fine is over $2,000. You got $2,000 right now.
I don't even have
Okay,
$1.
so I don't understand people making stupid decisions. I just really don't. At 27 years old, and you raising 3 kids, so I'm scared you raising them to make stupid decisions. You would rather go to jail, drive around knowing you don't have a license and end up go to jail instead of go stand in the line at the driver's license bureau right there on Highway 85 and get a license and be able to drive for 4 years straight until you need to renew another license. Might be longer than 4 years. What sense does this make? Why are you living your life on the edge? Your children have not had you in their home for 10 days. You don't know what, I'm gonna tell you, I don't care who you left your children with. You don't know what's happening to them if you're not right there with them. And your job as a mother is to be there with your kids and to protect your kids. So this foolishness about, I don't know, I don't know why I don't have a license. Get your license or don't drive. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And start thinking about the decisions you are making. Is this a good decision? Because you're 27 years old, you're not a child. You're making decisions for 3 children. And if you make stupid decisions, they suffer. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Ms. Johnson, don't let me see you in here on no foolishness.
Gotcha.
Please, because this is about the dumbest thing I've seen in a long time. You would risk your freedom and time away from your kids over a $40 license, knowing you don't have a license, but you sporting in a Dodge Dart, a white Dodge Dart. Okay, I'm done fussing. So on the case ending in 02225, I'll accept your guilty plea. I'll sentence you to 12 months to serve 10 days credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. On case ending in 04605, it's a NOLO plea. I'll sentence you to 12 months to serve 5 days credit for time served, as long balance suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia, and count the case ending in 04605 will run concurrent with the case ending in 02225. Now go on, ma'am, and go see about your children.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we're back on the record then with case number 234469501, the People versus Danielle Wilson. Ms. Stevenson.
Janice Stevenson, again, appearing on behalf of Ms. Danielle Wilson. And Your Honor, we would ask that this matter, that if the court is not going to grant our motion to dismiss, we would ask that this matter be set for adjourned pretrial conference requiring the complainant's presence, along with the co-defendant, Ms. Sharniqua Haley, whose matter was heard this morning.
I apologize. You're asking me not to adjourn the matter to make Ms. have Ms. Wilson come in person, but to set it with the co-defendant?
I am, Your Honor. Yes, that is what I'm asking for, Your Honor. Ms. Wilson,
Why would I do that? Ms. Wilson was very rude and disrespectful.
for judicial economy, Your Honor, and I know that that's
I
not
don't
the
care
court's
about
highest
this.
concern.
It's not even my concern, period. Miss Wilson was rude, disrespectful, and it's not my concern, period.
And I
She
understand,
doesn't know
Judge.
how to come to court on Zoom. She needs to come in person.
And
I
she
don't wanna
definitely,
show her any courtesy. I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's a courtesy.
she will be coming to court in person going forward. We're just asking it be the same day as the co-defendant. Ms. Wilson just has too many stressors in her life. And at this point, we'll have to continue to learn to properly direct whatever kind of excess energy she has. And that's just going to be a process. But I would ask at this point in that she's just very, very, very upset at the entire situation, not the court itself, but at the case that brings her to court, and some other things that are going on in her life. But that doesn't have anything to do with me. It doesn't have anything to do with this court. It does not put Ms. Wilson in a position to improperly direct her frustrations. But in order for the case to keep moving, I would ask that we have adjourned pretrial conference the same day as Ms. Haley.
I'm going to deny your motion, your request, but I will move the adjourn date till Tuesday, July the 25th.
Okay, we had jury trial that day.
I'm going to move the date to Tuesday, July 25th at 8:34. Ms. Silman, you're going to send a notice to Ms. Carter that we need counsel appointed for Ms. Wilson. And let Ms. Carter know that the proceeding is in person. Let Ruth Carter know that the proceeding is in person. As I previously indicated, failure to appear will result in a warrant being issued and the KP is being set, the bond being set at $5,000 cash surety plus a GPS tether. Anything further?
Judge, is the court requiring the complaining witness's presence on Tuesday?
No.
Okay, nothing further from the people, Judge. Thank you.
We have nothing on behalf of Ms. Wilson. Thank the court very much.
Now, Ms. Ritter, that's just because I'm adjourning today's proceeding, so it'll proceed as though it was today.
Understood, Judge. Thank you.
All right, then we're all set. Have a great day and stay safe. Do we have anybody else in the, oh, Garrett. Oh, that's for the trial though. And I don't know, I don't understand these telephones, but we'll see. Okay, I'm ready on McLean. This is case number 234454601, 4701, 4901, 5001, 5101. The people of the state of Michigan versus Curtis McLean. The defendant is charged in each case with one count of retail fraud. And today is the date set for pretrial conference as to each matter. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ritter on behalf of the people and a representative on behalf of Rite Aid did appear this morning, Your Honor.
Yes.
Janice Stevenson, appearing on behalf of Mr. Curtis McLean. Mr. McLean, sir, please tell the judge your full name.
Curtis Todd McLean, Your Honor.
All right, we finally got Mr. McLean back and situated. Today is the date set for pretrial conference as to each matter, and the complaining witness was present this morning. Ms. Stevenson?
Mr. McLean continues his plea of not guilty, Your Honor. We're asking that the matter be set for final pretrial conference, and we would like to be heard as to bond, Your Honor.
Court is going to continue not guilty, please. On behalf of Mr. McLean, set the matters for final pretrial conference, October the.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I think that bond is set. Well, I'm not sure what the bond is, Your Honor, but I am a little bit concerned about Mr. McLean being able to remain at Team Jefferson. From what I'm able to gather, he's on a tether from Judge Thomas out of the circuit court.
Okay.
Mr. McLean's doing mental health court over there. They've tethered him to Team Jefferson, but that case might be wrapping up August 9th, which means that Mr. McLean won't be able to stay over at Team Jefferson anymore. So I'm not sure exactly how to make this happen, but I am asking for that he be, that this court order GPS tether and that he be tethered to Team Jefferson.
What is his current bond?
That's what I'm trying to find out, and I need Ms. Silman to help me.
The first two cases are personal bonds, and then the last case ending in 551 is 1,010%.
None of that is making sense. So he posted a bond, 1,010%.
He was given an administrative release by the jail.
Okay.
I forgot to say that part.
Okay, so on any other bonds that are to me, notwithstanding the monetary amount, does he have a tether on any of the bonds for my court?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Stevenson, I will amend the bond on the $1,000 10% to a $1,000 personal bond plus a GPS tether to Team Wellness.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're very welcome. Anything further?
No, thank you, Judge.
Nothing on behalf, except just to apologize on behalf of Mr. McLean. He has a lot going on, definitely wants to resolve this matter. He gets confused, but he's trying because of the way things were rushing this morning. He didn't get his morning medication. Hopefully he's going to be able to get back over there and get that taken care of, Judge, but he does apologize for the confusion from earlier today.
Okay, no problem. And then, so you said he's participating in the circuit court's mental health treatment program?
He is, Your Honor.
So now one thing you should look up in your attempt to resolve these matters.
Okay.
Is his eligibility should he enter into a plea, because the complaining witness have appeared. So his eligibility for mental health treatment court, I don't know if he's going to be banned. I don't know if he's going to be unable to be accepted in our mental health treatment court if he's already participated in another mental health treatment court. I know for the sobriety court, you can't. For sobriety court, if you've participated in another sobriety court, you can't. Our funding won't let you come to our sobriety court.
Oh.
So just talk to the mental health case managers to see. So
okay.
you'll know. I mean, you'll know in terms of having him resolve anything.
Okay.
There are different rules for mental health court than there are for sobriety court. So just check and see. Okay.
I will. Thank you very much for that information, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. McLean, no problem. We'll work with you. But you have to stay in court when you have to stay in court. They were going to come pick you up. I know you were nervous and stuff. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we're going to be all set to October the 18th. And then I changed your bond. So if your circuit court case resolves, you can stay at Team Wellness a little bit longer. Okay.
Okay, and can I say something on my behalf?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So everything, I'm gonna be at Team Wellness for 3 months. So I go to court, because I'm actually trying to get more help for myself, you know, and I'm trying to better my life because I was homeless out there, and I'm trying to get housing, I'm trying to get my disability back, I'm trying to get everything back that I was an addict out there, and if I could get drug court or mental health court, because I do got a lot of problems, Your Honor, and I apologize for stealing the stuff that I needed.
Hold on. Oh, blessed assurance. Okay, hold on. Don't, okay. I'm gonna stop you right there at that part. But we're gonna try to get you some help. So we're also gonna we'll work with well, let's see if he might qualify for the mental health court for us. And then, you know, if not, at the very least, we'll work with Mr. Patel to work with him with housing and all of those things. So we're gonna work with you, Mr. McLean, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're welcome. So now you're all set. Is your ride still here?
No, it is not. I gotta call him and he will be on his way to the team judge.
Okay, call him. You can call him now.
Okay, I appreciate you for everything you've done for me, ma'am.
All right, no problem. All right, no problem.